What's up, everybody? This is Manny Maldonado, and this is episode 11 of Collector Strike Back. And I'm just with my partner in crime, Mr. ESJ, in the house. Good to see you, my friend.
What's going on? It's good to see you too.
Good to see you too. And for those awesome viewers and listeners, we were excited because we just got back from, we went to LA Comic Con, and man, was it fun or what?
Oh man, it was a great time. But since you said with all our viewers and listeners, we just want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Collector Strike
Absolutely.
Back. And we appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and your comments. And I wanted to shout out somebody real quick before.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
He's one of our followers on the podcast, and he's always quick to comment on things that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to shout out at Wick Whack. That's Randy G. He's WICCKWACCK, Wick Whack, at Wick Whack. He's the guy who told me about the lightsaber duel.
Oh, yes. Okay, cool.
And then he also commented that Toys R Us stores might be opening up again.
Is that, oh man, I mean, that would be a blessing, wouldn't it?
It would be. And then I told him, are you for real? Like, is this true? And then he said, oh, I went and fact checked it and I couldn't find anything substantial to confirm or deny it.
Okay.
But Toys R Us is still available. You could find some in JCPenney's. They have the little Disney section and stuff like that. And then they have online presence like that. So too.
I did see a couple of, like we've gone to random malls here and there. And when you go to Disney, it's kind of like hidden in the back, huh?
In the back, yeah.
It just says toys.
Yeah.
There's no more.
There's a big Disney sign. So it's like the prices there are overrated. But I miss Toys R Us, So if it could come back, that would be great. Me and my daughter would go in there and spend hours in there just playing with the toys, not even purchasing anything, just
playing
around with stuff. And that's probably why they went out of business.
Yeah. Because I think too many people
were buying it.
Too many people were just messing around and
like
they're
a playground.
Calling it a day. A playground.
Oh, you ever walk into Toys R Us like Christmas time? The aisles are just all thrashed.
It was trash, dude. Like I mean, I don't think they were making that much money. I missed the Star Wars exclusives, the Toys R Us exclusives, but that would be great. But it was my first time going. Believe it or not, that was my first time going to LA Comic Con. I had never been to it. I've been to the other conventions.
Same here. I've been to Long Beach. I've been to San Diego, but never LA.
Right? So it was really cool. You got to go all 3 days. I went on one of the days, and
well, the first time that we went and we parked and we walked in there, they had those that lady up front that was cooking the hot dogs with the bacon wrapped around them.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, this is already a great start to Comic Con. It's like something about the smell of those hot dogs and the bacon. It's like it reminded me of clubbing days. When after the club you would go out.
Well, that's the whole area over there. By Figueroa and all that stuff where they get it in.
Yeah,
they have the hot dogs and all that good stuff. But they people, man, it was a Friday and people it was nice and packed already on that first day.
Well, it was Friday, 1:00, right?
1:00.
So let me tell you, when I went Saturday and Sunday, we had to park far. We had to park at LA Live.
Okay.
So the experience on Friday was way better as far as lines and all the walking, and because I'm not a fan of a lot of walking. My feet hurt all the time.
Right.
So
yeah.
So I want to park close and stuff like that. But it was a little bit of a hike, but it was still cool. But just the amount of people that were there from Saturday and Sunday versus Friday was like
night and day.
Like you could barely maneuver around and stuff like that. So you get tired when you do all that.
You do, because on Friday, we had our comedy show too that day. Shout out to the
stand-up show,
stand-up comedy Bellflower. Thank you guys for coming. That was fun. But yeah, so we made it a day, man, and we got there on time. At first, we didn't know where to find the damn toys.
Right.
We're just walking around, because it's big. It's a big event. And then we finally had to ask around. Then we saw the sign of toys, and then
because as soon as you go in, there's this big giant Godzilla, and then there's a Pokemon or something like that, and then there's a whole exhibit floor. So we thought this is it, but then you actually have to walk all the way around the corner, past the autograph section, and then get to the other hall, and then there's that big hallway. Or the ground floor you can see from and everybody in their costumes are all in that one little melting pot.
As you guys know, watchers and listeners, that a lot of people just go, just dressed up. We saw somebody dressed up as Gambit. We saw a dude dressed up like Chewbacca, and we have video of that. We'll put that on this episode as well.
That was like the shortest Chewbacca I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think I was taller than him. It was like, okay, this is ridiculous. And then we saw a dude with some remote control R2D2s all over the place. So that was really neat. So some people really went all out and
He had an R2D2 that looked exactly like R2D2, 1/1 scale,
Yeah.
perfect size for it. And then he had another one, same thing, but it was a silver and black. It was like a Raider colored out. I thought that was
that was kind of cool. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's the one you took a video of. That was cool.
When we first walked in, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a couple of girls that were dressed in cosplay,
Yeah,
and they look kind of hot, you know.
yeah.
But
Most of the girls, sometimes they usually do.
they look hot.
Look pretty
you know,
hot.
some of them, one of them was like a Jabba the Hutt, and she wasn't too hot, right?
She wasn't looking all that.
No,
good.
no, she really played the Jabba part really well.
Yeah.
But there was like a couple of girls that kind of looked like slave girls, or there was one where they had the side boob action going on.
Okay.
And then to me, I'm just trained. I don't know if I'm a nerd or I had bad relationships in the past where I would always get accused of looking at women.
Yeah.
So if a hot chick comes my way and is walking my way, I'm quick to learn the other way. Like I don't want to be like accused of anything or
It's
like
funny as
yeah.
You're
So
so traumatized.
I'm so traumatized. And then we were looking at toys, and then Manny was like, "Look at those toys over there." And I turned, and it was this girl with these big boobs. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, "Look at those toys."
Oh, yeah, look at those toys.
I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
you
So no, there were some lookers out there, and then there were some people that just need to stay with the outfit on. You know, just leave it on all the time. But that's what I love about these Comic Cons. They have everything for everybody, and it was my first time seeing Rosario Dawson in person.
Okay.
She addressed the crowd, and you and I just looked at each other like we kind of wish she dressed up like Ahsoka. You know, that would have been cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed. You know,
Okay, I think a lot of people were.
it's like that thing when you meet your favorite athlete. It's like, and then you see that maybe they don't want to sign autographs or they're not the coolest person that you thought they would be. And then when I saw her in real life, I was like, oh man, because it didn't look like she had makeup on. She had a little nose ring, and
Yeah, I think she just said, you know what? Okay, she said, fine, I'm gonna go to this event, give a couple, do this little speech, whatever. And then, they charge a lot for these autographs, by the way. That's not my thing, like autograph,
Lopez was there.
Our friend Lopez, we'll get to Lopez in a second, but a lot of people just went for the autographs because on Friday they had
Ahsoka
Rosario
was
was there. I'm sorry, Ahsoka, aka Ahsoka was there. I want to say
Michael J.
Fox, Christopher Lloyd,
all the guys from Back to the Future.
a lot of people from Back to the Future. The dude that got shot in Pulp Fiction in the back seat, he was there. We were just walking around like we were gonna say, "What's up, dog? Let's take a picture." But then he's like, "Hey, man, I gotta go to my booth."
Yeah, it's sad though, because some of those booths, like you can't recognize who the people are, or some of them are doing like voiceover work, so you just know that their voices are
Yeah.
for some of the Star Wars scenes. But a lot of those people, like, there's no lines for them. I felt bad. I felt sorry for them, But
But I mean, but some people just want those autographs, and it's cool. I mean, but the autographs are pricey to me. And now I know, I guess that you went on Saturday, right? So did you get to see Ewan McGregor and all those dudes too?
who?
Exactly. Obi-Wan. I'm sorry. I can't even say their real normal names. You're like, I just know him as Obi-Wan. Did you see Obi-Wan and Anakin there?
No, I didn't. I didn't see them, but I saw the videos of them later, and I go, "Where was that at? I missed it."
Oh, okay.
But that's that whole where like Lopez went in to get those autographs. It's a whole section where you have to go down the stairs, and there's a whole big room, and it's security in there, and it's like a long line and stuff like that. So I was with my daughter, so it was a quick experience. She had cosplayed, she dressed up, and then after maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, she was already tired, like ready to go.
I mean, she's 9 years old. I mean, these kids are gonna just wear out after doing some walking. And
she was getting a headache. I think she had these ears on, and they were kind of too tight. And then after like an hour, it was like pressing on her head. She was getting a headache.
She's like, I can't handle this.
Yeah. And I go, when you do your cosplay, you gotta dress up in that costume at home and see how it feels and what's comfortable, what's not. Because when you go to the events, you're gonna be walking around and you're gonna find something that's uncomfortable. So you got to fix that at home. So when you get to the place,
100%.
It's like a dress rehearsal, right? I mean,
It is, and and it's weird. Like when you're at these things, sometimes you don't plan ahead. And I'm a perfect example of this. I felt I should have just showed up with a crate just to buy toys because we'll get into what I bought in a second. But they had some good bargains there. Some people were very reasonable with negotiating prices and all that stuff. Shout out to all the toy vendors that were out there hustling on all the 3 days. You guys had some great Star Wars toys that we haven't seen before, and some that we had to catch up and replenish. So for those that don't know, I like we were talking about before since the first episode. One of my main collections of toys since I was a kid was stolen, but I finally got my settlement. I got my money back, and it was shopping time to say the least. When I went to LA Comic Con, and there was an action figure that I haven't wanted since I was a kid, and it just never came around. And then all of a sudden, we get to this display section, and go ahead and start talking about them right now.
Oh, you talking about that whole vintage collection?
Yeah. Nate,
Okay.
let's give them the shout out right now.
You want to jump to that right away? Oh my god, because that was the pinnacle of the thing.
I feel sometimes things happen for a reason. Before we got to this place, first of all, we went to another toy section in which that you were checking out some of the Boba Fett's. Remember they had the Boba Fett's and some different scale ones.
Right.
And they were pretty like $400 or $500.
Yeah, the 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
Hot toys and
yeah. So they had some good hot toy stuff.
They had that Cad Bane that I want to get.
Yeah.
But the prices were pretty much comparable to eBay. eBay might have been a little bit cheaper, but the gratification of purchasing something and getting it immediately is what they get you on,
And watchers and listeners, do you prefer ordering on eBay or buying it on the spot? Because sometimes Edwin and I, we have that conflict. We're like, hey man, we could just save another $30 or $40, but we can get it right now.
Yeah.
And that's the conflict sometimes that we have.
Yeah. Because there's nothing better than right now, but you get deals on eBay. So I think it's hit and miss. It all depends, what you're looking for. But the store that you went to was Rogue Toys. And I'm familiar with Rogue Toys because they have like 4 or 5 different locations in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, so when we saw the owner or the person that was working there, we found out she was the owner. Young chick, right?
Yeah.
Hot looking, pretty hot.
Young, beautiful woman, Crystal. Shout out to Crystal and her husband, and holding it down at Rogue Toys. And yes, very attractive.
So the thing is, this is what we always talk about, like having toys at our house and displayed. Yeah. And then if girls see it, they're not going to want, they think we're nerds and not hooking up. But when you go to Comic Con and all the women are dressed up in all outfits,
mm-hmm.
and if they're not dressed in outfits, they own a toy store. You know what I mean? And then it's like, it gives us hope. Gives us hope. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi, like,
yeah,
you're our only hope. Like, it just that there's people out there that dig it and they like it, and they like to cosplay. And then if you're into collecting toys, they'll help you actually find toys. And this chick, Crystal, she said that a person had passed away and had a massive collection of the original Star Wars.
The original Star Wars and the toys that I've been looking for, the Power of the Force with the special coin.
Right.
It was pretty much all of them.
Dude, and to get a collection in one shot is like unheard of. That's some Lopez stuff.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of the Native Americans and cultivating their toys. But she had said that the person passed away and he split his collection between his 2 sons, right? So one of her sons went into the shop and said, hey, I have all these toys. He brought in a bin and it was striking gold. It was all that stuff. So I don't remember how much she said she paid for it.
I want to say, and Crystal, if you're watching, please correct us. I want to say it was in the range of 25 to 30,000.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It was that amount. But when I say that the cards were are in excellent condition, is just an understatement. She had just at first, remember I was looking at the Power of the Force Luke, and I was like, "Is this $300?"
So like you weren't sure.
I wasn't sure.
Texting Lopez, who was in line
I was
to
like,
see Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, because. And it wasn't 300; it was 3,000.
Yeah, it was $3,000.
It was $3,000,
and she was clowning you.
She was like,
"You were afraid to pull the trigger on a $300? Like this is $3,000?" You're like, "Oh man!"
And it was I had never seen that figure in that immaculate condition, meaning the
figure
card
was kind of faded out.
But the card was in mint condition, and it was unpunched.
Yeah.
So I was just like, damn. So they had that for $3,000, but she had just told us she had just sold a Han Solo and Carbonite for how much?
$5,000.
So those are the holy grails of, if you could pull that up, Solomon, too, Han Solo and Carbonite, Power of the Force when you can. Those are some of the holy grail action figures of Star Wars.
So if she sold that for $5,000 and she bought her collection for $30,000, that's only one toy.
It's only one action figure.
She'll probably end up making more than that, but it's the whole process of selling them one by one and all that stuff like that. That's the tedious part of it. But she'll definitely make her money. And then she said, I'm hoping for the other son to come in and then sell the other half of the collection.
Yeah, so there it is. So that's him just loose out of the package for $325, but she had it in the package in mint condition. She sold it for $5,000. So
5 racks.
Man, so I started looking at the display that she had, and I just started looking at it. I looked at it maybe about 5 or 6 times. You're like, Manny, what are we doing here? I'm just staring at it.
Yeah, you couldn't.
And then I came across Man, and I had never seen him in a card, and I'm holding it up right now, in a card in mint condition like this. And she's selling it for $999
and 99 cents.
And I pulled the trigger and I bought the damn thing. I bought him for
and it's unpunched too, right? When people say unpunched, what do you mean by not? It's not punched.
It's not punched on the top, and it's pretty much in damn near mint condition, and it's legit. And I'm very happy. I spoiled myself on this.
Let's open it right now.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's someone I look at every day, and
do you sleep with it?
No, not yet. But he's just really, really cool, and I'm so glad that he is in my possession. I can't even. I try to say his name the best I can.
Sounds like
Amanaman. Amanaman is his name.
Sounds like his name, Adam Ant.
Amanaman. So if you want to pull him up, Solomon, Amanaman.
From Power of the Force. Now that you show me how to spell it, yeah.
Yeah, A-M. It's A-M-A-N-A-M-A-N.
Yeah.
So Power of the Force coin, pretty much damn near mint condition, dude. I've never seen anything like this, and I was just I had to spoil myself.
Would you say that's the best, most expensive piece that you have in your collection to this date?
I think now it is. Yes. but now I am going to go after that Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Carbonite as well.
Oh my God!
But man,
that's $8,000 more. Just those 2 figures that you said.
Man, it's a lot of shows. But I'm excited. I got this is special to me, so I'm glad I spoiled myself.
You won't even let me touch it.
No. Look, there he is. That's just him out of the box. It's like $265. But I have him in the package, man.
It's actually more.
Okay. That's a different kind of
currency.
Yeah, the British currency, so it's actually more.
So it's pounds then.
Yeah, like
and that's open.
290.
But he's just so different looking. And for those of you guys that know, he was in part of the scene in Return of the Jedi in Jabba the Hutt's palace, just hanging out. And he passed away too when the skiff blew up. The skiff.
I don't even remember that character.
Yeah, he was hanging out next to Efont Man and all those guys. He was laughing not in the back, but kind of just like moving around when they caught Luke Skywalker and all. Yeah, so this is the man. Amanda Man, love you. You are the man.
$1,000, man.
$1,000, and you looked at me like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "The Force is with me."
Well,
I know,
I
man.
thought you were just looking.
I thought I was looking too. Now, remember what I
walk
said?
Away and you're like, "I think I'm gonna go."
I said, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get it." And I was like, "You know what? Let's do this. We're here for a reason." But not only did I just buy that, you guys, I spent like probably another $150 on just other toys that I needed. Good deals.
300
maybe 300. Okay,
I think you walked away out of there spending, like you said, it was like 1,300.
About 1,300.
Yeah.
I have issues, but you know what?
But you know what?
That's my.
It was your birthday.
It was my birthday
weekend. You just got the settlement. You got robbed from all those toys being stolen.
So now
it's time to treat yourself to
exactly.
something.
So it was
and
cool.
You know what? You deserve it, bro.
Thank you, bro.
I mean? You work hard. You're a good guy.
Yeah.
If you want to have something like $1,000 that you could have just spent way more stuff on buying drugs or whatever, good for you, bro.
100%. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Why make this trip? And I'm just glad I was there for one day. Had I been there for 2 or 3 days,
oh man,
I would have bought more toys. But I'm excited. Amanda Man, one love to Power of the Force coins. I finally got my first. This is my first action figure of. Well, I have some other ones, but loose. But first one with the coin. This is my first one. And the coin by itself is worth over $200 or $300.
Wow.
So it's just one of those things.
And then it's not just the coin, and it's in the package, and it's in excellent condition, bro. You came up.
I feel that Crystal came up too with such an amazing haul like that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine her eyes just probably just lit up like a Christmas tree when she was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll buy this." Yeah.
Yeah. It's incredible. And then so like we were saying, she the owner, she's young, she's very attractive, and she owns all the Rogue stores. Like I always thought when I went into those stores, and because she's always in the back, but I thought it was this old lady that owned it or worked there, whatever.
Yeah.
And then turns out I was like, whoa. That's why I go, are you married?
That's the first thing I had to ask her. I'm like, are you married?
She had a big old rock.
She's like, yes, I am. I was like, damn, how much is the rock for? No, but
so when I found out, because I said, oh, I've been to all the Rogue stores, and the one downtown is the smallest one. And she's like, oh no, it's actually the biggest one now. We bought the property down the street, and
in Vegas, right?
Vegas, yeah. So when we went to Vegas, we went down there to check it out.
We did,
and we were trying to say hi to her or whatever. Yeah. But I guess she went to on a plane with her husband.
They were going to go to Australia to
Australia Comic Con.
Comic Con. So that's cool, man. So again, shout out to all those.
What a life!
What a life, man! Traveling, just showing up, selling some toys. Like that's what's up.
Go to Australia. You know what I mean?
I mean, most comedians like us have aspirations of selling out theaters. Like, nah, we just want to go to toy conventions. So tell everybody what you got. What did you buy? Now you have this right here. On display.
I got this at Rogue Toys.
Oh, you got
when we were there. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been looking for these guys to put next to my Emperor, so I got them at Rogue, and they were only for like $19.
So for you guys, and for our viewers, and these are the Emperor's Royals guards, right?
Yeah, $18.99, and these guys are pretty bad. But even though Yoda like just messes them up in one little blow, but what I like about these guys is kind of like Boba Fett. They don't have no lines.
They're kind of mysterious looking.
Mysterious. Who are these guys? And if you find out the backstory, there's a whole academy and training they have to go through to become royal guards. And at first they were blue when they were good guys, but when the Emperor took them over and they ended up turning red. I think Colonel Jax is one of the guys. That's one of the characters.
Oh yeah, Connor Jax.
Yeah. So I mean, it's $18.99. They don't have the staffs that come with them, but when I put them on my display case, they're gonna look awesome next to the Emperor.
Hell yeah, Yeah, and then Solomon just pulled up one of the smaller ones. Those are always cool looking. And look at that one. That one's worth $230 just in that package.
Oh
I just like they're very elegant and classy looking figures. So if
they could be naked under that robe too, you would never naked. Know. Yeah.
So for our listeners and followers, do you guys like the Emperor's Royal Guard? Give us your comments. Put your comments in there if you like those. Do any of you guys actually possess a Man? We would love to hear from you. If you guys possess one loose or
what's the most expensive toy? How much money are you willing to spend on a 3 3/4 inch figure?
Well, check this out. If you look at the price on this thing, look at this. 2 for $1.
Thank you for rubbing it in our face, Solomon. Yes. And we remember back in the days, that's the craziest part when you see the prices of how much it was. Man, they had a sticker on one of these toys. It said Rayleigh's, homie. Rayleigh's.
Wow.
Old school stores.
I don't even remember that store.
They had stores like Rayleigh's, Woolworth. Like, damn. See, that's 2 for $1 for the Emperor's Royal Guard.
KB Toys, yeah.
Shout out. Hey, rest in peace, KB Toys.
R.I.P.
So, and what did you get? Okay, so I know you came up on something too. Now, what is this figure that you bought?
This is the Umbra Operative ARC Trooper.
Uh-huh.
It's from the video game Battlefront 2. And I got it from Vince Monforte.
Vince Monforte?
Okay. Yeah, and he's the guy who's the owner of Toys of Fury. And we always go visit him.
Oh, I know. Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out to him.
And he's got that $10 bin of all these action figures.
So he was out there selling stuff too?
And I didn't recognize him. I was looking at the toys, and then I saw this one and another piece, and they were going for like $35, So I was like, you know what, I'll get both of them. And then he's like, for you, 30. And I was like,
that's what's up.
Oh, for me? And I looked and it was him. I was like, oh, bro. So, I mean, if you ever go to Frankensons, check out Vince at Toys of Fury. Let him know that you heard about his store from The Collector Strikes Back, and he'll give you a discount.
That's what's up. We love hearing that.
A couple bucks, $5 here and there, whatever.
Is this one of does he have friends, or is this one, does he have other friends or allies?
I've never seen this character, but honestly, I was distracted to the colors of it.
I love the color of it.
Yeah, it's like almost like Pittsburgh Steelers, even though they beat the Raiders.
That's messed up. You gotta bring that up right now.
Yeah. But I love the color. I'm interested now in reading the backstory of it, almost like Bumblebee or whatever. But look at that. That one's going for $590.
That was a different kind right there. That looks cool.
I think that's the Hot Toys.
Hot Toys.
So it's 12 inches. So it's a 1/6 scale. But
that's really cool. You know who he kind of looks like too? Remember the Mortal Kombat game Cyrax?
No, which character is
So
that?
Cyrax had he would have like a bomb come out of his chest, like when he's gonna do a fatality, just do certain moves.
Oh,
But he's a robot, one of the first robots that Mortal Kombat had in their little video game series. So he kind of looks like Cyrax a little
I'm
bit.
curious to know what Umbra operative means.
Umbra. Well,
And the ARC troopers, they were the advanced recon clone. I don't know what ARC means, but those are the above standard of the clone troopers.
that's what's
The
up.
ARC.
Man. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So again, for those listeners and viewers, what was your favorite thing about Comic Con, and what you liked and what you didn't like? It's kind of hard not to like anything out there, but sometimes there's some things that people look forward to. Maybe they get disappointed, but I enjoyed the experience.
I enjoyed the experience too. They had some people dressed up like Darth Vader, and he was really tall. So that was like a highlight of you get a picture of Darth Vader tall.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then you find a Chewbacca who's like
Taller
shorter than you.
But he was cool.
Yeah.
Remember he
had
actually
the
had
voice
his
box.
he had his own voice
Yeah.
sounds and stuff. So that was kind of cool.
And then I found a guy that was Mandalorian, and he looked just like it.
Oh, that's
And then I
pretty
saw Boba Fett, but he didn't look just like it. Was more like Boba Fett. You know what I mean? So you end up making fun of the characters and stuff like that. But that's a good part of it all.
And then they also had the DeLorean out there. We took some pictures with that, with the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So all in all, we enjoyed the experience. But next year, Edwin and I, we're going to be going to some conventions in Texas. There's a big one in Dallas that we'll be attending to. And shout out to Dallas Vintage Toys. We'll be definitely going to be linking up with them, checking out their store, and maybe doing our podcast from out there too. Trying to set that up.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
you guys, we can't thank you guys enough. This has been a really good time for us. Please, if you guys know of any stores that you'd like to give a shout out to, we'll give them a shout out. Any stores where you're from, doesn't matter if you're from the middle America, from anywhere where you guys are from, let us know of a specific toy store that you enjoy going to and what you're into. But yeah.
Yeah, I've been actually getting on Manny's case for not commenting because I've been on.
But now I am.
Back, but now Manny's commenting back. So I just want to let you guys know that we appreciate your comments. We actually shout you out on an episode like we did with Wick Whack, right? With Randy G. And then also wanted to let you know that we're planning with Robbie from San Gabriel Valley Toy Con. That's the SGV Toy Con. Robbie, he's going to help us put together our first annual Collector Strikes Back toy drive.
So SGV, you guys, that would be San Gabriel Valley, and we'll be doing that
in Cerritos, though.
In Cerritos, California. And we're going to be, setting up some toys and, just interacting with people and just, networking, man. That's what we do.
Yeah, DJ Icy Ice. He's from the Beat Junkies, Power 106. Big time Filipino DJ. He's from Cerritos. He wants to collab with us also. He has some of his personal private collection that he wants to put out to sell. So you have some of your toys from your personal private, and I have some of mine. And then Robbie knows all these other toy vendors, so we're all going to meet in a parking lot. I think he's got it set up for Artesia, which is a city within Cerritos. And they have the whole lot up there, and we're going to just set the date and that. So we're
going to do that. And then we're also going to be doing, sometime next year, we're going to be doing a toy comedy show. Like, sometimes people wait till a toy drive in December, but man, kids need toys all year. So we're going to be doing a comedy show. Bring a toy, come in. We're probably going to most likely do it at our home away from home, the Stand-Up Comedy Club in Bellflower. We're going to be doing something like that because sometimes people always do toy drives in December, but you know what? Kids need toys all year. So we'll be on the lookout for that, you guys.
I hope we get specific with it. Because I would like to get more Star Wars toys and stuff like that. Because like George Perez, shout out to George. We did Wise Guys in Vegas.
That's right, good times.
And on his podcast, he shouted out, "If somebody gives me a Caitlin Clark jersey, I would be the happiest man on the planet." And then sure enough, at that show, somebody
showed up with a Caitlin Clark.
With a Caitlin Clark jersey from the Fever, and then one from when she was in college.
That's right, in Iowa.
And I hooked it up. So
you guys are more than welcome. You know how we love these vintage toys. You guys are more than welcome to come and drop off a toy. We would not turn you away. But again, on behalf of myself and Edwin, thank you guys for listening. This has been episode 11, Collector Strikes Back. We will see you guys soon.
I think it's episode 12.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
Then there you go. It's episode 12.
Episode 12. I don't mean to correct you or
No, that's
anything
okay.
like that. But then this weekend, October 23rd through the 27th, I'll be in Laughlin at the Edgewater LA Comedy Club. So you can feel free to bring a vintage toy there.
So now you know, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.